Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Heaven on Wheels. I heard a sermon recently. A pastor said, when a church moves into a community, the entire community should be transformed. Well, that kind of made me think. I hadn't really heard anything in those exact terms before. And so when I really kind of meditated on it and thought about it, it made sense. So a lot of us are going through experiencing what's going on in a society with it's a lot of crime. People's cars are being stolen, cars being broken into, neighborhoods going crazy, and with our schools, with all type of different agendas being brought into our schools. And I was talking to a friend recently. He said, things were good until they pulled out they used to have the prayer in school. And he said, once they took that out, things changed. I guess we'll never get that back. Well, I thought about it when he said we'll never get that back. Every other type of entity, they take territory. Let me give you an example. So with drug dealers, with a drug dealer, it'll be like they have certain territories. They have 85th and they have 88th or 98th or Main Street or MLK, whatever community you live in, you know what I'm talking about. And they expand on that. So people know that they can't sell in that particular block because, this particular group owns that territory. In the same way, think about the mafia. The mob operates the same way. They may run drugs out of Miami, from Miami to Palm, to New York or to Atlantic City. And so they have that territory. Terrorists work that way. When they come into a community, they start to recruit and they have a network. The terrorists may come into Oklahoma, but the network may go all the way back to Syria. And when people come in, they recruit. So a lot of these criminals, I just recently found this out. You see people breaking into cars and windows. I saw in 60 Minutes where this isn't just random. These are networks. So they recruit these little kids that are maybe 14, 15 and even younger. And the boss might be 40 or 50 years old. And they recruit them into this network. And, once they break into the cars and they steal and do whatever they do, then they take it back to whoever the kingpin or whoever the boss is. And so then you think about it. The boss is recruiting the whole time. He's saying, don't you guys play on the basketball team at your school? I want you to ask some of your friends if they want to make an extra $40 or $50 or $100. And then they recruit other kids in. Terrorists do the same thing. They recruit. Drug dealers, they say, hey, I want you to take some of this to your school and give it away. And then ask them what they think about this product. And then I want you to sell at your school. So the church is not doing that. The church is not recruiting. The church is not creating networks. The church is not coming into communities and transforming the community where that you can't commit crime on this block. You can't sell drugs on this block. The church isn't doing that. And they made me really think. So I found a scripture in Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. It says from the ESV, this English Standard Version, it says, ask of me and I will make the nations your heritage and the ends of the earth your possession. So see, we're supposed to be asking for territory. The other thing I thought about, my friend said, well, they took prayer out of school, so we lost that. In any war, you lose territory. Ukraine is fighting Russia right now. So Ukraine may lose their capital. Well, Ukraine ran out of bullets, so they say, well, we lost the capital, but we're going to come back and regain the capital. So why aren't we going into schools to take prayer back? Why aren't we going into communities to take our kids back and to take drugs off of our communities and on our streets? So it's something to think about. If you are a person of faith, we need to be taking territory. We need to have networks. Everybody should have a financial network. So if you have some issues, let's say your air conditioner goes out, you need to have a financial network that you can tap into. If you have a sick family member, you need to have a prayer network. If you have a issue with a child maybe that gets in trouble with the law, you need to have a legal network. We need to move through the world like that as people of faith. Every other community moves like that. There's a Chinatown in every city in the United States. There's a little Italy in every city. There's a little Mexico. We need networks within the faith community where we can move the same way other communities do. We can have networks, we can recruit, and we can possess our communities, our school, our lands, and we need to move like that. And everything that I'm saying is in accordance with Scripture. I hope you'll give this some thought. Share your thoughts. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up. So hit the subscribe button so I can do more videos like this. And always, in all of your getting, get understanding.